Alrighty, everyone. Welcome to Scarlet Hollow. It's a visual novel type game. So the first chapter came out sometime last year, and I played part of it when it was on Steam. I never got to finish it. It was on Steam for free. They recently launched the completion of chapter 1 and all of chapter 2, I think. It's beautiful to look at. I love me a good visual novel where I can just enjoy the story and not have to worry too much about like action, because I'm not the best at action. So let's just go. Let's just see what this is. I live in the city of make up a random Haven Hollow. Does not impact they, them, she, her, he, him. I'll use my pronouns. Oh! Traits unlock additional paths and dialogue options. I forgot about how much this was. Okay. So there's powerful build, mystical, talk to animals. Okay. Powerful build, strong, athletic, pinnacle of fitness, can shotgun a root beer in 3 seconds. Mystical, strange, and unusual. You see the threads of reality in a way other cannot. Talk to animals. You can talk to animals. Animals can talk to you. A gift and a curse. Street smart. Smells BS. Also good at BS. No door can hold you. Hot. Attractive. Charming. People want to either be with you or be you. Book smart. You know a lot of fun facts. Research is your favorite activity. Straight A student. Keen eye. Observant. Picks up on vibes. Understands others' perspectives. Oh, we gotta be hot. I mean, woo! Alright, and then we got one more. We only get 2 traits. Should we not do hot? I'm gonna do hot. I think it's funny. So many of these sound so good. Observant. I like mystical. That sounds cool. You jolt awake as the bus hits a particularly nasty bump. You feel like you'd only just managed to start drifting off, and now here you are, awake again, and still exhausted. For a moment, you're hazy on the details of where exactly here is, confusing this bus with the many others that came before it. But as your mind continues to reassert its existence in the waking world, the past few days come back into focus. The long-lost cousin, the bad news, the 26 hours of bus rides with countless late-night stops and CD depots that felt unsafe even in the middle of the day. You wouldn't normally find yourself traveling like this, but your cousin bought the tickets. The funeral of her mother, your aunt, seemed like something you shouldn't ignore, even considering your own late mother's rocky relationship with this side of the family. Fortunately, the end of your long journey is in sight. You're almost in Scarlet Hollow. So anyway, as I was saying... Oh no, he's still here. He's been sitting next to you for the past 5 hours, talking at me without a pause. You're not sure he even stopped when you started to doze off. At first you thought you were just being friendly, but that was several hours of one-sided conversation ago. I was up in Maryland looking for work, but mostly messing around because I was a dumb teen. Me and my buddies were doing our usual prank stuff. You know, pushing joggers into the harbor, that sort of thing. Jesus. And remain silent. You do your best to keep a blank face. Waking up and by extension accidentally giving the strange man permission to keep talking to you was a mistake. So this girl comes up to us, swinging her purse, yelling about how she was going to call the cops or whatever. It was hilarious. She actually hit my friend. He said it hurt a lot, so I guess she really was mad and not just playing. So she kept swinging, and soon enough she lost her balance and fell into the harbor all on her own. We didn't even have to push her. We had a good laugh and fished her out, and her phone got soaked so she couldn't call the cops on us. We wound up hanging out all day. She kind of became my girlfriend after that, and we've been on and off for about a year, so it's pretty serious. So about 5 months ago, she tried to break up with me, like for real, and geez, you ever just get so mad you want to, like, kill somebody? Hot. Nobody's ever broken up with me. I feel like killing someone right now. I never feel that way now. Oh yeah, all the time. What's wrong with you? Smile and pretend you didn't just say that. What's wrong with you? Oh yeah, all the time. I never feel that way now. Nobody's ever broken up with me. Ha, yeah, I must sound a little unhinged to someone like you. But if anyone ever does try to break your heart, you might be surprised by how it changes you. I honestly could have killed that woman. Anyway, she's giving birth to our son right now, so I'm trying to get up to Virginia to be there for it. But I don't know if I'm like into that stuff, so I might just wind up on a bus to New York or something instead. I've always wanted to go there. Wow. Haha, that's interesting. Wow, that's neat. Please let this man get off the bus soon, you think. You're not sure where you could possibly take this conversation next, but you definitely don't want to find out. Yeah, people tell me I lead an interesting life, but I don't know. I'm just going with the flow. Maybe other folks don't do that, though. Anyways, where are you headed? I'm returning to my ancestral home. I didn't. Scarlet Hollow, just a small town, probably never heard of it. My mother fled from her destiny there many years ago, but now that both she and her sister have departed from this world, I can feel it calling me back. The young man anxiously shifts in his seat. For one perceptible moment, it's his turn to feel uncomfortable before he catches himself and heartily laughs. Oh, you was talking about Scarlet Hollow, right? Or the Holler, as they call it in the mountains. That's the only other stop until this bus turns around, so if you aren't getting off at my stop, you must be headed that way. Almost nobody ever goes there. I'm usually alone on the bus by now. Though, actually, I had a couple of buddies who went up there to work in the mine. There's a coal mine up in the Holler, you see, and there's always a job listing or two on the boards around here. I never wanted to do that kind of thing myself. I like my lungs the way they are, thanks, but my buddies got desperate enough to try it. I haven't heard from them in a while now that I think about it. I should see if they're on Facebook, see how they're doing up there. Hope they didn't die. Oh, you. He looks back at his phone for once, focused on something other than you. Oh, this is me. It was lovely meeting you. Hoping you get too bored without me around to talk to. Here, I have something for you. He wraps his bag before presenting you with a dripping bag of peanuts. They're boiled peanuts. I got them at a gas station a few buses back. I noticed you haven't eaten much, so I figured you could use them more than me. Plus, they dripped all over my bag, so I don't want to carry them anymore. Screw you and screw your peanuts. Let's take the peanuts. Let's just finish this conversation. Thanks. You're welcome. And with that, I leave you. Safe travels, friend. Just like that, the stranger is gone. Maybe you can finally get some sleep. Next stop, Scarlet Hollow. End of the line. Almost there. Arrives Monday at 11 a.m. Departs Monday at 11:01 a.m. The bus finally comes to a stop. Its brakes squealing as it deposits you in front of the Scarlet Hollow bus station. Well, the sign reads bus station, but calling it that feels disingenuous. At best, it's a kiosk. Though for a small town like this, you're amazed there's so much as road, let alone a bus that drives on it every week. The driver quickly shuts the door behind you and starts the engine, kicking up dust clouds as he pulls away, eager to leave you and this place behind. Hey, Gus. You instantly recognize the worn young woman from the few public photos of her Facebook page. She's your cousin, Tabitha. She looks annoyed to be here. Make a good first impression with a winning smile. Offer her boiled peanuts. My condolences. Looks like somebody needs a hug. Hey, Tabitha. Give her your condolences. I'm so sorry for your loss, Tabitha. Yes, great. Thank you. Let's get back to the estate. I don't want to spend any more time down here than I have to. Your cousin turns and motions to an old BMW parked near the bus kiosk. You follow her, clambering into the dusty relic. Doesn't take much driving before the only signs of civilization are the car you're in and the road you're on. Tabitha maintains an icy silence as she focuses on the road. Tip: dialogue options labeled Explore can usually be taken without advancing the story. They can impact relationships and unlock additional story paths, so choose carefully. Okay, so we can do the Explore one safe and sound. I guess we're both members of the Dead Moms Club, huh? How are you holding up? Fine. Phew, good to hear. You know, you can talk to me, right? I know we only just met, but, you know, I went through something very similar with my own mom, so if you ever need to vent or I'm good. Tabitha stares straight ahead, her expression tense and icy. Have we ever actually met before? I'm pretty sure this is the first time, right? Yep, you have her mom to thank for that. Or had, I guess. That was unnecessary. There's bad blood between us. Wish I'd known about you. Haha, yay! Dead Moms Club! Rain silent. Is there bad blood between us? That was unnecessary. I can sense a deep scar in our bloodline. A gaping maw intent on consuming itself to oblivion. I only hope we can mend it during our time here together. Great. Good for you. Tap this just straight ahead. Her expression tense and icy. You guys both members of the Dead Moms Club now, huh? Cousin turns to you. Icy. Maybe this would have worked to use the tension if she were someone else, but she isn't. You decide to sit in silence with your cousin in the car, as the car eases up the steep mountain road. I think it's going well. And here it is, the Scarlet Estate. Though it's seen better days, its crumbling elegance is not lost on you. Someone used to cramped apartments in gray cities. Your mother told you about this place many times before she passed, always with an anger burning beneath her words. The faded majesty you once imagined doesn't quite compare to what's in front of you, a jarring blend of opulence and ruin. As you stare at it perched on the crumbling cliffside, you can't help but feel like it's something that should have been left to rot a long, long time ago. Cool. As soon as you enter, you're hit with a blast of dusty air. Everything in this room has been here for much longer than you've been alive, each object cemented in place with layers of dust and cobwebs. You can hear the doors creak on their hinges and the aches and moans of ancient floorboards as the house itself sways in the wind. Welcome to our family's humble estate. Unfortunately, due to the current state of the house, only a few rooms will be safely accessible during your stay. I wouldn't go wandering anywhere else if you value your limbs. The floors have been known to give out. If you know what's good for you, you'll stick to your room, your bathroom, and the kitchen. And hallways, I guess. But only the hallways you need to use to get to those places. I'll show you around so you know where it's safe to walk. You can leave your bags here for the time being. A lie. It's beautiful. You really let this place go? I thought you all were loaded. Can't you afford to fix this stuff? It's beautiful. It is. The estate was the prize jewel of the region for a long time. It's quite magnificent. It's quite a magnificent piece of architecture even now. Sorry, I can't read apparently. Shall we take a tour? Follow me. You put your bags down and follow Tabitha through a long, dusty hallway. She delicately steps over holes and tears in the floor, and you do your best to trace her steps. Kitchen. On Wednesdays, a woman from town comes in and does the cleaning. Her name is Janie. I wouldn't recommend socializing with her. She'll talk your ear off. If you need any food, there's fixings for peanut butter and jelly. Don't touch my mac and cheese or my ice cream. Those are off limits. Oh, and you can access the garden through here, but it's pretty wild, so I wouldn't if I were you. Awesome, I love PB&J. How'd you know it was one of my favorites? That smile can't be real. What is that? I didn't, but good for you. I can feel nature reclaiming this place. As if the natural world is creeping in to finally reclaim its territory. Okay, geez, I get it. You think it's messy. I'll tell Janie to be more thorough this week. But you should know there's only so much anyone can do with a country house this old. It's always going to be a little grimy and worn unlike your sleek city apartments. If a little dirt bothers you, you're going to have a rough time this week. I might want to eat something other than PB&J this week. Is there somewhere in town I can get groceries? Well, aren't you fancy? Yeah, there's a general store. There's also a diner. I usually order my food in bulk online, though, so I wouldn't be going with you. Sweet. Thanks. Cool. Good talk. Alright. What's next on the tour? Bathroom. Follow me. Great. It's been hours since I've gone. The two of you leave the kitchen and pass by a tuxedoed cat sitting on the countertop. Hi. Is that your cat? What's its name? Frou Frou. Do not try to pet her. If she wants a pet, she'll let you know. We decide to follow Tabitha's advice. Shall we move on? The bathroom awaits. You once again follow Tabitha through the long, dusty hallway. Maybe after a few nights it'll get easier to navigate these spaces, but for the time being you feel lucky to not have fallen through the floors. Guest bathroom, not much to show. It's a bathroom. I'll wait outside. Do what you must if you must. It's a nasty, wretched bathroom. Piles of junk sit untouched in the corners of the room, and mystery stains paint the floor. Who exactly uses this bathroom? Guests. You sure the toilet works? Yes, why wouldn't it? The water bills get paid, therefore the toilet works. Now do your business so we can move on. You silently stare at the monumental task in front of you. Bugs skitter from the bowl as you lift the seat. Toilet is a toilet. Sure, it could be cleaner, but your business needs doing, and this is as good a place as any. You do what you must and rejoin your cousin down the hall. Next up, guest bedroom. Last stop on the tour. Follow me. You and Tabitha briefly return to the foyer, whatever you guys call it, before climbing the stairs and reaching the guest room. The room smells old. Dust, mildew, wood rot. Has it all. A week of sleeping in this place might give you permanent lung damage. This is where you'll be staying. The linens are fresh. I had Janie wash them last week. I have had to endure a half-hour rant about her kid to get her to do it, so you'd better be grateful. The closet is full of old family stuff, so you can't hang your clothes up. You can use the dresser. It should be empty. What a great room. This is way nicer than I'm used to. I can't say I'm surprised. Each and every piece of furniture in this room is a genuine antique, handed down through the family for generations. This is not an IKEA bedroom or whatever nonsense you're used to in the city. Who used to sleep here? When? Oh, I'm sorry, when? This house is almost 150 years old. Many, many people have slept here, and now you'll sleep here, carrying on the fine tradition of bedrooms being slept in. It's kind of funny. I guess I'll start to get settled. Follow me. I'll take you back to the foyer so you can collect your belongings. This concludes our tour. I'm afraid I must return to my duties, so you'll have to entertain yourself for the rest of the day. Don't expect to see much of me. Wait, where are you going? To work? Somebody has to pay bills around here? What kind of work do you do? I run the coal mine, same as every Scarlet who came before me, except for you and your mom. It requires a lot of time and concentration, so I appreciate if you didn't keep me for long. Hashtag girl boss. That sounds pretty impressive and exciting. Good for you. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I don't think of it as boring or exciting in the same way. In the same way, I don't think of cleaning a toilet or painting a wall as either of those things. It's a task. That's a healthy mindset. Seems like a good way to look at a job. Instead of convincing yourself you have to be doing the thing you love most, it's okay to just have a job. Yeah, exactly. Would I rather be doing something most of my life? Maybe, but I know I had to take over the company, so why think about other stuff I could be doing? Are you sure you're okay? I won't keep you, but we should hang out when you get back. Okay, Alright, I won't keep you, but we should hang out when you get back. We'll see. There's a lot that needs to get done this week. Your cousin leaves through the front door. And now it's just you and this sprawling, decrepit estate. Settle in your room, go straight to the Forbidden Wings. A PB&J sounds great. Might as well head to town. Now that your cousin is gone, the aches and pains of your journey sink into your bones. You stumble back up the stairs to your room, suitcase in tow, eager to unwind before you face the rest of the day. You stand at the entrance of your room. Put your spare clothes in the dresser. Oh, look, it comes with a blossom! You drag your suitcase over to the dresser and open the bottom drawer, and a possum lurks within. It is quiet, but angry. Me too. Offer him boiled peanuts. Oh, pardon me. Close the drawer. Grab the possum. Gently smack the possum, or put clothes on top of the possum. Can I just give it my peanuts? You hold out your dripping bag full of peanuts. The opossum hisses in disgust, stiffens, and begins to drool, feigning death. You open the top drawer. It's empty. It's a good place. Then you'll put your clothes. Based on the state of the house, you wonder if it'd been better keeping your clothes in a nice clean bag, but there's no going back now. Ugh. You can see why your cousin said you should put your clothes in the dresser instead of the closet. There must be decades of family history stacked up in there. Leave it be. Some things are best left untouched. You close the closet behind you. You can only imagine how beautiful the garden must have been in its heyday. If you owned this place, you'd totally get out there with a shovel and some gardening gloves and whip it into shape. You'd go out and pull weeds, chop trees, carve topiaries, and do whatever you needed to do to return it to its former glory. Once it was all done, you'd sit by the fountain, which of course would have little goldfish in it, and drink floral tea while enjoying the birdsong. Yeah, you'd definitely do that. Just not right now. This must be an old relative of yours. Very old, judging by the dates on the inscription. You never heard of her, but you'd barely heard anything about your aunt and cousin till a week ago, so that's not really a surprise. Maybe you could ask Tabitha about this Mary Belle Scarlet the next time you see her. That is, if she's actually in the mood for a conversation. Doesn't seem like there's much else for you to do here right now. You haven't had anything to eat all day. The only things louder than your stomach right now are the creaks and moans of the ancient place. PB&J sounds exactly like what you need to take on the rest of the day. You enter the kitchen. You're back at the kitchen ready to craft a beautiful PB&J sandwich. It's a daunting task given the state of the place, but the aggressive growl of your stomach outweighs your fear of food poisoning. You need to find supplies. Where she keeps her dishes. Examine the shot glass. I was blown away at Blowing Rock, North Carolina. So your aunt and cousin actually traveled sometimes, even though it was only a few hours from the state. Maybe you can route your return trip through Blowing Rock. It might be nice to see the local sights before heading home. I survived Deb's 50th. Your aunt's name was Pearl-Ann, so this wasn't from her 50th. From the few stories you heard from your mom, Pearl-Ann wasn't the type to have kitschy friends who gave out themed shot glasses at their birthday parties. You close the cabinet and look back at the rest of the kitchen. Sure loved her mac and cheese, the same girl. All the peanut butter, some bread. Take bread. Take peanut butter. Empty the box and stuff it with the dead mouse on the shelf. Jesus. You close the pantry door as best you can and return. As you approach the fridge, your eyes catch a note taped on the door reading, "Janie, stay out," in all caps. Below it in desperate handwriting are the words, "Okie dokie." You open the fridge. You feel the deep urge to wash your hands, even though you haven't touched anything yet other than the handle. This is the last ingredient you need to make your PB&J. Time to close the fridge and get to work. Ugh, why did you do that? What were you expecting? This takeout container is disgusting. Beyond words, a liquefied mess, wholly congealed in its styrofoam shell. You can't even tell what it used to be. Substance doesn't just smell bad. It smells ancient. For God's sake, put it back. Your body reacts before you even register what you're doing, compelled by a deep primal disgust. Should we look at the mayonnaise? You know, you probably shouldn't, but a part of you has to know how old that mayonnaise is. It expired 10 years ago. Start mayonnaise sold enough to graduate the 5th grade. Best put it back and forget you ever saw it. Turn to the kitchen. Let's see. garden was reclaimed by the wilderness long ago. You don't think you'd want to go out there after all. Are you even up to date on your tetanus shot? Despite the state of this horrendous kitchen, you have successfully combined your 3 ingredients to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Congratulations, you can feed yourself. Chest is itchy right there. I think I got bit by a bug. A job well done. All of that hassle, and it took you less than a minute to eat. The rest of the day lies in front of you. Let's leave frou-frou be for a bit.
We won less than 20 games, and we might not
Head to town, keep exploring, investigate forbidden wings. Let's head to town. Not much left for you to do here other than head out and explore the town. You do just that. If you'd have known you'd wind up having to walk all the way back to town, you'd probably just have asked Tabitha to leave you at the bus stop, especially with how unhappy she seemed to see you. If only you could wipe the slate between the two of you clean and bury some of that tension, then maybe her mother's funeral isn't the best time for something like that. Then again, maybe it's the perfect time. Continue down the path. It's really pretty out here. I love the sound effects. Finally, made it back to town. The holler, as that guy on the bus called it, has probably seen better days. It still has the feeling of an idyllic country town, but its sidewalks are cracked and many of the storefronts are boarded up, their windows dusty with age. A chill breeze sweeps down the lane and you shudder, suddenly feeling as if you're peering into a grave. Gretchen, come back! Oh, I haven't seen you around here before. Hot. The young woman is noticeably flustered by your appearance. It's a phenomenon that you call hot. I say hot, you are all too familiar with it.
But you're ignoring the fact.
Sorry about Gretchen. She can be very slippery when she wants to be. Hope she didn't scare you.
We don't have anything.
A pug. She's so cute. Tell me more about this wonderful creature. I am in love with this dog, and I wish to know everything there is to know about her. Gladly. Her favorite fruit is Cheese Whiz. Her favorite toy is an old sock. I sewed to look like a squirrel, and her favorite show is Murder, She Wrote. Classy dog. Sometimes I leave it on the background while I'm working to give her something to do. She'll actually sit in her little bed and watch it, like an old lady with her programs. That's so cute. How'd you first meet her? My mom was a vet, and she used to visit the regional animal shelter on weekends to do checkups. When I was real young, I'd go with her to volunteer, which really meant I'd do a little bit of manual labor, then play with the dogs for the rest of the day. I love this human. One weekend, believe it or not, someone dropped off this little 1-year-old pug that outgrown its cute puppy stage. Whenever I went to clean her kennel, she looked up at me with those big, watery, nervous eyes, wagging her entire butt and whimpering like no one had ever loved her before. I could not fall. How could I not fall? I couldn't not fall. There we go. Head over heels, you know? My parents were rugged mountain folks. They weren't big on toy breeds, and at first they refused to even consider adopting poor Gretchen. Look at his little face! But I kept visiting every week, and soon enough they caved in to let me take her home. My dad still wasn't too keen on her at first, but soon enough he was taking her out on the trails like she was a hound dog. Sorry for talking your ear off, but I can't help it. I could prattle on about Gretchen for hours, and I would let you, stranger. Stella, okay. But what am I doing? I got so caught up in the excitement of meeting someone new that I entirely forgot to introduce myself. I'm Stella. It's not often I see a strange face up in the holler. Every now and then there's a new crowd of coal folks, but you don't look dusty enough for that. You're in town for the funeral, are you? The Scarlet funeral? Hi, I'm Gus. You must be Tabby's cousin, right? That's the only person I can think of who would come to town for the funeral. How's she holding up? To be honest, I've been a little worried about her. All alone up in that big house. A darkness hangs over her. But she always so... I don't know what she's doing and I don't care. I'm sorry, did I hear you right? I can't imagine Tabitha ever going by something so bubbly. She did back when I knew her better. It's been a while. I hope she's okay. A darkness hangs over her. Whatever consumes her go beyond the death of her mother and poisons her very soul.
Hey,
That's
we
bad,
get-
huh?
we get candy.
That bad, huh?
He's gonna
She's
be
always been a little
small,
rough
right?
around the edges.
It's
I figured she'd
disgusting.
probably be having a tough go of things, but that doesn't sound good at all. That or you have a special way with words, Gus. How long have you known her? Oh, quite a long time. The town's really small, so everybody's known everybody else as far back as they can remember. Tabby and I got a little close when we were both in the school's production of A Midsummer Night's Dream. I was Puck and she was Mustard Seed. As you might have expected, she was more than a little prickly, but I managed to soften her up a bit in the end. But then she graduated, and that was that. Oh, if you just got to town, you must be starving. I was just on my way to the diner for coffee. They've got amazing biscuits. My treat. I never turn down a biscuit. The pleasant aroma of greasy breakfast food hangs heavy in the air in contrast with the empty, lifeless atmosphere of the family estate. The diner is filled with the comforting din of human life, all of which grinds to a sudden halt as patrons realize that a stranger has entered their establishment. Good
Yeah.
wall.
We'll find
Hey,
out.
everyone.
What's
Gus.
the- what's
What are
the
you
last
looking at?
spot remaining, if we don't get the
Hey
fifth-
everyone,
if we
I'm
don't
Gus,
get
just
the
in
fifth
town
one,
for the
we're
funeral.
good.
Nice to meet y'all.
If we do, then we
The woman behind the counter beams back at you. Hello there and welcome to the holler. You just let us know if you need anything, okay?
I
You know,
just want
politely
top
giving a
four.
small wave
And then
as you
number
and
one
Stella
overall
slide
would
to
be
the
great
nearest
if
booth.
we get K.
Looks like you'll probably be the talk of town for a while. It's not often folks around here meet any strangers, and with who you're related to, well, folks love their gossip, you know. Hey Stella, I went ahead and fixed you a cup of coffee. They gracefully place a cup of specially brewed coffee in front of Stella. Aw, shucks. Thanks, Avery. And here's some bacon for the little lady. Gretchen sniffs the bacon and digs in. Hot. Anything for you, darling?
Yeah, I went to the NBA stream site. It doesn't have a list of
Can I have a biscuit and coffee, please? I heard they were really good. Best in the county. Avery pours the fragrant brew into the empty mug in front of you. They linger after pouring your coffee, turning to you nervously. Oh, and I'm sorry for your loss. Before you have the chance to respond, they're gone. Glad you took my advice with the biscuit. You won't regret it. Anyways, the funeral's not till Sunday, right? That gives you quite a bit of time to slum around town. I'm trying to think if there are any cool events going on this week. There's always the reading adventure at the library, which is supposed to be for little kids, but I do it every month anyway. Oh, and I'm pretty sure Avery's throwing a party Saturday night, so that's a fun thing to look forward to. Imagine going to a party. I work weekends, so when I see people like out and about on the weekends to do fun stuff, I'm like, why? And there's the weekly Sunday potluck. That should be right after the funeral too, so it'll be a special occasion. It's like a church thing. Cool. Sounds neat. Maybe I'll check some of these things out. Anyway, those are all the big events I can think of. As for the day today, any idea how you want to kill time for the rest of the week? That's to you. No clue. I'm sure I'll be able to occupy myself. I'll probably just do what I can to support Tabitha through this. I kind of assumed I'd be spending my time trying to help Tabitha, but with how quickly she ran off today, I'm not sure that's enough for a full schedule. That's really sweet of you, but you're right. That'll definitely still leave you with plenty of time to kill. Have you thought about exploring local trails at all? I'm usually out there a few nights a week for my job, and I'd be happy to show you around. Before Stella can finish, Avery returns, biscuit in tow. Here's your biscuit. Winnie says it's on the house. She sends her condolences. Thanks, it looks great. Aw, you didn't have to do that. It looks great. No worries. Hope you enjoy it. Mystical. You pick up the biscuit. It's delicate and fluffy. It nearly crumbles at your touch. Buttery warmth emanates from its surface, and you don't even need to taste it to know that it is good. Divinity given buttery form. You take a bite. It melts in your mouth as if it was nothing but butter suspended in a thin matrix of dough. Truly, this is a perfect biscuit. Whoa. This is a really good biscuit. Wow. I'm so glad you like it. Avery lingers at the table for a moment. So has Stella mentioned she's famous? Hey, Avery, I'm not famous. Stella? Look, if you're not going to go around tooting your own horn, you know I'm going to do it for you. Stella sighs. I'm a YouTuber. Wow, that's rad. How's that make you money? Ugh, you and everyone else listen. I don't make money, thank you. Wow, that's rad. I've never met a YouTuber before. I'd love to check out your channel at some point. Oh, thanks. It's nothing much. It pays the bills, but it's mostly a passion project. You know. She's selling herself short, Gus. Her stuff is amazing. She hunts cryptids. I think the best video to start with would be that river one. Not the lake, but, you know, the controversial one. Oh yeah, the Catawba River Runner. I didn't expect much out of that footage at the time, but it wound up being my most popular video by far. So the River Runner is a cryptid that's only known from a single sighting. 2 Boy Scouts thought they saw something big and weird in the Catawba River, and that's all I had to go on. But then I wound up catching this on camera. Stella pulls out her phone and it shows you a clip of something in a river. Some folks said it was a beaver, but if that were the case, it'd be at least twice the size of any beaver I've seen. I also had people saying it was a dog or even a capybara that must have escaped from a local wildlife sanctuary. I'm still not sure what it was, and I'm the one who saw the thing with my own 2 eyes. That's honest to God cryptid there. Yeah, totally a dog. Oh wait, a beaver? Hold on. Whatever it is, you should leave it be. I don't believe in cryptids. Honest to God cryptid, right there. No way that's a beaver or dog, and there's no way a capybara would be swimming in a river in the mountains of North Carolina. Unless there's some North American colony of capybaras in Appalachia, that would still count as a cryptid, wouldn't it? Yeah, until someone catches a capybara up here, that would still count as a cryptid by most standards. My comment section went nuts for this footage, and from there, it spread to Twitter pretty fast. Sorry, just a sec. Sorry about that, we're trying to set up some phones. My comment section went nuts for this footage. From there, it spread to Twitter pretty fast. There were polls for days. I even had actual experts weighing in. It was all really cool experience. And it meant the video did some pretty great numbers. Personally, I'm a fan of the capybara theory. Sure, it's not like any local sanctuaries are missing one, but there's always people keeping exotic animals as pets. Kind of a sewer gator type situation. Yeah, exactly. Some exotic pet owners set it free, and now it will forever roam the Catawba, confusing Boy Scouts and YouTube commenters for years to come. So, speaking of things to do around town, I was actually planning on filming this week's video tonight. I was wondering if maybe you'd want to come along. It's a pretty easy one this week. We wouldn't even have to camp anywhere. I'm gonna go after the— wait, no spoilers. Sorry, Avery. It's okay. I should probably get back to it instead of standing around chatting with friends. See you all around. Now that the coast is clear, I'm going after Skunk Ape. What's Skunk Ape? Heck yeah. Whatever it is, heck yeah. Skunk Ape's hilarious. I saw a docu-special on it once. Stinky Bigfoot. Right? It should be a pretty fun video. It's hard to be serious when you're talking about something that famous for smelling bad. Most skunk ape sightings are from Florida, but while I was doing research for last week's video, I came across a report where a lady from a town over claimed to have seen one on her deck playing tug-of-war with her dog. And as I leave no stone unturned, I decided it was worth investigating. So what do you say? Want to tag along? Hold the camera for me while I narrate against the darkening sky, that sort of thing? Depends. Will Gretchen be there? That depends. Will Gretchen be there? Of course! It's actually been a while since I've had anyone but Gretchen out there with me. Say no more. I'm in. This is gonna be lots of fun. I love Stella. I love Stella and Gretchen. The dialogue in this game is so fun. This is gonna be a lot of fun. I actually started the channel with a couple buddies of mine back in middle school, so it'll kind of be a blast from the past. Me and Kanika and Reese running around in the woods, flipping over rocks and bothering salamanders. Our videos were terrible. But we had a lot of fun, and that's all that mattered to us. You know what gets me thinking? You know that gets me thinking. I wonder if they'd be down to come along with us, get the old gang back together. Though I guess Kanika has to close out the general store tonight, so I'm pretty sure she's a no-go. But Reese, I think there's a distant chance we could get him to come out of his hidey hole if he's up for it. Do you mind if I make a quick call? Stella pulls out her phone and dials it, waiting while it rings. Reese, dude, what's up? Feels like it's been forever. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. Do you want me to come by, or... Okay, if you're really sure. But if you change your mind... Oh, I was just calling to ask if you wanted to come to the woods tonight. I met somebody cool in town today. She's Tabitha's cousin. I know, yeah, just here for the week. Anyway, we're going out to look for skunk ape. We could take the easier trails if that would help. Dang, man. That sounds awful. I hope you take it easy tonight. I'll swing by sometime this week, and we can have a more low-key hang. How's that? Yeah, I'll bring her. Talk to you soon. Bye, bud. Looks like it's just you and me, pal. Did he ask you to bring me to his house? Is he okay? Are you okay? What's his deal? Are you okay? Me? Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just worried about Reese. He had a lot going on in the past. Gosh, 10 years or so. But I feel like it's gotten a lot worse recently. I can't remember the last time I saw him leave his house. Oh well, it's not my place to talk about, really. I just got a little excited thinking about having him along. He's hilarious. You'd love him. We should swing by his place sometime this week. Ugh, haven't I met enough people already? That'd be nice. I'd love to meet your friends. Awesome. I'll make it happen. He's definitely the trickier one to meet. Kanika is much easier to track down since she's at the general store basically every day. But friendship can wait. We've got a skunk ape to hunt. So we should probably head out if we want to make it up the mountain before it's too dark. Come on, let's blow this popsicle stand. Pause for getting up. Maybe it's time to make a good first impression. Leave a tip, leave a generous tip. Can't afford to leave a tip. Don't leave a tip, can't even spend money. Leave a tip. Sink $2 bill in a quarter. As long as you don't get sick of peanut butter and jelly, your meals will be free while you're here. Share the wealth while you got it, you think to yourself. You leave the money on the table and follow Stella out of the diner. It hadn't been very cold when you first arrived in town, but as the sun dips closer and closer to the horizon, a chill descends upon the hollow and you see your situation with renewed clarity. You're in a new place, far from civilization, and the people you know, following someone following someone you just met into the dark forest in search of monsters. You feel more alive than you've been in years. Strangely calm, tense, unsettled, nothing. You feel alive. The fall breeze passing through the leaves, the orange hue of the setting sun painting the horizon, the promise of excitement ahead. It's been a while since you felt this in the moment, this present. The world around you feels almost magical. Were a mythical creature to actually manifest in front of you, it would fit perfectly in this world. Okay. Let's do a quick recording check. We're at 43 minutes. Maybe we'll just do this all in one thing. We'll see. Gotta love this brisk fall weather. This past summer was the hottest on record since last year, at least. You know how it is these days. Each summer is the hottest yet until the next summer, which always finds a way to be so much worse. It's just nice to feel a chill in the air and see the leaves changing. Like normalcy is restored, if only for a moment. I love her Mothman shirt. Also, I need a drink. Sorry if that was a bit of a bummer. We should talk about something more fun, like skunk apes. What's the weirdest thing you've seen in these woods? Other than anything cryptid related, of course. Oh gosh, that's a good one. Let me think. There was always the deer I saw stealing baby birds out of nests and eating them. Jesus, that was pretty messed up. But I think most people know about that these days. I've seen tons of videos of other deer doing it, so I'm not sure if it counts as weird anymore. Oh, Tetanus Lake. That's definitely the weirdest. It was a 5 foot deep, 34 wide, 30 foot, wow, wide, pile of old cans and bottles and assorted garbage, with grass and trees growing on it so you could barely tell it was there until you stepped on it. It was practically solid ground with how much it had been compressed, but you could still fall through if you weren't careful, hence the name. Better be up in your shots if you want to mess around in there. There's all stuff from the 50s too, which was super neat. I salvaged a few bottles that I keep on my dresser as a little souvenir. Do you ever hunt things that aren't cryptids, like ghosts and whatnot? Ghost demons, whatever, that sort of thing? Yeah, for sure. I used to go after all sorts of spooky stuff. I never had much luck though, especially when it came to ghosts. Back when I first started doing solo videos, I'd go into all sorts of old abandoned buildings hoping I'd stumble across some sort of activity. But nothing ever happened. It was always just me and my camera in an old house getting worked up over a gust of wind or a creaky floorboard. When all said and done, I would have been a lot luckier with cryptids. I want to believe in ghosts so bad, and I can't rule out the possibility that there really are true hauntings out there. But if there are, I sure as heck haven't seen any myself. Werewolves I kind of lump in with cryptids. I'd be shocked if they're actually real, if there actually were people out there turned into animals, but werewolf lore lines up pretty well with the great beasts genre of cryptid. As for demons, I don't know. I honestly don't want to consider the possibility that they exist, because if they really are out there, geez, a lot of folks are doomed to an eternity of flames. So let's hope all of that is just bunk, am I right? What about aliens?
Oh, yeah.
Don't even get me started. Did you see the UFO videos the government declassified? Aliens are definitely real and they've absolutely visited Earth. I believe in aliens way more than I believe in cryptids. You don't see me hunting aliens out here because we know they're real. If aliens were real, they would have visited me by now. There exist things beyond our realm, but I wouldn't call them aliens. Everything that exists in the universe is cut from the same cloth one way or another. To call something an alien simply... to call it an alien is to imply that it's something else, something that doesn't belong. Whoa, haha, you've got to meet my friend Kanika's mom. You two would get along. Has anything bad ever happened on these hikes? You know, just curious. Let me think. There was that time back in early high school when Reese fell down a cliff, but he was fine. We had some folks from town rig up a pulley to get him out of the ravine, and his leg only took a couple of months to heal. All in all, not too bad. Though I guess there was also the time I was out here alone and kind of got stuck in a cave. I was getting great footage of what I thought was a family of wampus cats, but I wasn't able to wiggle my way back out. Turns out the wampus cats were actually skunks who very much did not appreciate me blocking their entrance to their hidey hole. And instead of running for help, Gretchen just sat outside, bored to tears. Lassie, she is not. It took about an hour to get loose, which was pretty intense, but if you'd made the juice bath later, I was right as rain, so it could have been a lot worse. Oh, and there was the time I accidentally stumbled onto old Duke's property and nearly got my head shot off. That happens to everybody sooner or later, I'd barely counted. So yeah, these hikes aren't all that dangerous, all things considered. Let's move on. Did you hear that? Oh, calm down, Gretchen, you old mutt. Same to you, Stella. You're always jumping at nothing, girl. Phew, sorry for being jumpy, Duke. I thought you were some creature of darkness. Nah, girlie, just old Duke. Now what the hell are you looking for way out here? Skunk ape. Sorry I asked. Duke, Stella, Gretchen, okay. And who's this you've suckered into coming with you? Wait a tick, you aren't. Is that? Yep. I see. Welcome to the holler. My condolences, I'll keep you in my prayers. Another stranger, another opportunity for a salty introduction. You hold up the slippery bag in front of Duke, it's quite fragrant. Since you first put it in your rucksack, like scent of old beer, but you're pretty sure that's what it's supposed to smell like. Build peanuts from your backpack? No, I'm all set, thank you. Now both y'all head back into town, you hear? It's best you're clear of this area tonight. I'm not dealing with my own critter. Won't be too appreciative if a couple of fools with a camera scare away the more sensitive wildlife. What are you hunting tonight? Something tall and hairy. Something musky. Seen anything like that recently? Wouldn't you like to know? You never could stay in your business, Stella Richmond. Put that damned camera down. Ah, come on, Duke. Maybe I can help out. I'm pretty good at tracking. You know I learned from the best. That you did. But I have yet to see a shred of proof that you listened to any of it. The way you tromped around the woods that night yelling about chunkabungas or what have you. Something's been getting at my chickens. I've lost 3 this week and can't afford to lose money more than that. So sorry to hear that. But, I wonder if Skunk Ape has a taste for chicken. Now see, this is why I don't come to you about these things. It ain't no Skunk Ape, whatever the hell it is. I know exactly what this is, but I know you won't believe me if I tell you. Oh, Duke. You don't think I do, actually. It's those damn mountain lions. They're out there, Stella. I don't care what your little investigation turned up. You haven't been out in these woods as long as I have. Those son of bitches are sneaky. Of course you wouldn't find any in a one night of trekking. And I know for a fact that's what's been getting at my chickens. It couldn't be anything else. Telling you, man, mountain lions, forgot to switch accents, mountain lions are extinct in these parts. There hasn't been an actual sighting since the 1990s, and even those were iffy. I can't believe you go out here on your own, your YouTube saying some river monster spotted by a couple school-age Boy Scouts has been 100% confirmed yet Appalachian cougars are some kind of far-fetched fantasy made up by geezers like me. You made me look like a fool. I read those comments people were posting on videos. They were calling me all kinds of names just for seeing things with my own eyes I know to be true. I'm sorry, Duke. I didn't mean to sick anybody on you. I just don't think it's possible. You'll eat those words when I come carrying a mountain lion corpse out of the woods at dawn. If you two don't want a face full of buckshot, I suggest you run home and stay out of the woods tonight. I don't think the sun's my favorite. Who here first? What? If you find a mountain lion, don't kill it. Right on, Duke. Kill that mountain lion. Can't you just buy more chickens? Okay, let's go. Don't butt ends between Duke and Stella. Right on, Duke. Kill that mountain lion. You gotta protect your property, an eye for an eye, life for a life. I say we let him have a night in the woods, Stella. See? She gets it. Now go on home. But I've got to film tonight. Switch accents. The video needs to be out by tomorrow evening so I can keep on schedule. If I miss an update, I might lose my new sponsor. Who knows what that'll mean for my career. You ain't the only one on a schedule. As you well know, my boy Bo and me are headed down to the State Fair to show off Big Betty tomorrow morning. We'll be on here a whole week, so our chicken coop may as well have a big all you can eat sign on it. You know how I feel about my chickens. I couldn't take it if I lost any of my poor little ladies. Let's just go, Stella. It's not gonna budge. You're right. No point in losing any more time arguing. Fine, we're back in town. Break a leg out there, Duke. Break a what now? I mean, good luck, old man. Alright. Have a nice night, y'all. As you and Stella return to the trail, she carefully looks back the way you came. Okay, the coast is clear. There's no way we're letting Duke edge us out that easily. Come on, I know a trail that'll let us get around him. Yes, I knew you wouldn't give up on the hunt. No way, not with Duke and his shotgun out there, blow our heads off. Sure you don't want to, watch a movie instead? Yes, I knew you wouldn't give up on the hunt. Never. And trust me, you don't have anything to worry about from old Duke or his shotgun. I've gone out hunting with him before. The man sounds like a truck crashing through trees when he walks. Even if we do cross paths, we'll hear him long before he catches wind of us. The trail's just up this way. Let's go. Alright, this looks like a good shot. Mind holding the camera? Put your hands to the camera and takes position. Hot. As night falls, my new assistant, the gorgeous Gus, and I find ourselves high in the Blue Ridge Mountains, where we'll begin our hunt for the elusive yet pungent skunk ape. Though mostly encountered in Florida, this possible relative of Bigfoot has been spotted all along the southeastern edge of the United States, including right in this very county. Here's hoping we get a glimpse tonight. We'll check back once we're on the trail. Until then, stay searching, Stellars. I can take that camera off your hands now. We'll be able to start the tracking scenes once the sun sets all the way. Nice. In the meantime, we get to take in all the beautiful scenery. It's gorgeous out here, don't you think? There's something wrong here. It's breathtaking. I haven't actually been looking. Being this far from civilization stresses me out. I've seen better. Not a fan of bugs. Remain silent. There's something wrong in the air. It feels oppressive. Dark. You don't happen to mean stinky, do you? Do you think you're smelling the skunk ape? No, more like a storm is coming. No, something metaphorically oppressive and dark. Yep, that's gotta be skunk ape. No, something metaphorically oppressive and dark. Dang, I thought we might have stumbled across its trail. Oh well, I won't worry too much if I were you. My gut usually warns me if I'm gonna run into trouble. And I feel A-okay. Your quiet moment with Stella is broken by a loud, percussive snort. No skunk ape has found us! Stoop back with the shotgun, run! Death has come for me, alas. Goodbye, cruel world! No need to come to terms with your immortality just yet. That's just the sound deer make when they want to warn the rest of their herd about big, scary predators like us. Okay, let's check it out. As you and Stella hear the footfalls of the animals retreating into the woods, she reaches for her flashlight. Whoa! A single deer remains behind, staring down at the beam of Stella's flashlight while Gretchen whines and pulls at her harness. And then it's gone. Jeez, Gretchen, calm down. You're gonna hurt yourself. She cannot handle deer. When she gets like this, I usually have to pick her up and hold her. She has a bad habit of slipping her harness when she wants to go after something. You're too much of a potato. And they don't make harnesses to fit potatoes, do they? Well, that got my heart rate up. I'm ready for the hunt. It's never too late to turn back. There's something wrong with that deer. Did you see its face? Now that you mention it, there was something a little off. I bet it was an abscess? Maybe a tumor? It's not like wild animals can get those taken care of, so they just get bigger and bigger. Poor thing, but there's not much we can do about it.
Purely because I don't have an RTX 30.
Why do you bring Gretchen out here with you? She doesn't seem like the safest choice for a hiking companion. I actually find her to be quite the opposite. Sure, she wants to chase stuff, but I usually let her when I'm not on one of my cryptid hunts, so I can't hold that against her. I'm just happy she's still feisty even at her age. Pugs aren't exactly known for their good health, but here she is, running around the woods at 17. Jesus. And I feel like the fresh mountain air and exercise have helped a lot in that regard. You defy the laws of nature, don't you, Gretch? I got my heart rate up. I'm so ready for the hunt. Same for me. How about we take a quick snack break to fuel up? Then we get right into the night activities. I've got all the best trail snacks. Stella opens a bag of assorted snacks. Take the trail mix, extra M&Ms, snack bar, dried apricots, sesame sticks. No thanks, I'm really not hungry. Remain silent. Excuse me. Let's do. I like dried apricots. Grab a handful of dried apricots.
Exactly.
I actually dried these myself. I wound up getting a bunch of apricots for free from Janie a while back, and didn't know what else to do with them. It's wildly easy just to make your own dried fruit. That sounds fake. Cooking is never easy. Sounds like a ton of work we could just buy some at the store. I'd burn my house down. That's neat. Thank you, Stella. Anytime. As long as you're in town, don't worry about food. I've got you covered. You and Stella settle down on an overlook, snacks in hand, as the quiet sounds of evening wildlife wash over you. Gretchen gnaws a stick, distracted for the time being. So, tell me what it's like in Haven Hollow. Do you have a house, an apartment? Do you live with a family, roommates, pets? Tell me what it's like to be Gus. I live in a closet in a house. A doorless basement that floods whenever it rains.
We're pretty much the most important component to information security. The other part of it is the compliance team that makes everything.
I live alone in a dingy studio apartment.
You know, legal and other security compliances and all that. We actually do the whole vulnerability.
And it's a mixed bag. At first it was kind of nice to finally have a space that was just mine, but now it feels cramped. It's like I'm stuck in a closet alone and no one can come let me out because I chose this for myself, and as far as they know, I'm happy being there. Lights flicker, the toilet is constantly getting backed up because the landlady upstairs keeps flushing her cat litter. It smells like cigarettes for some reason, and it's home to an extremely durable population of roaches. But I guess it's home. I do what I can to spruce up the place. I got a plant. You know how they say living things are supposed to brighten up a room? You put it like that, and I wonder if staying in that old mansion is a step up or a step down for you. Maybe just a step sideways? Have you tried looking for a different place or maybe finding a roommate? There's got to be a better apartment in the big city like Heaven Hollow. I've thought about finding roommates.
No matter, even if I get the most perfect optimization, I'm still not going to get into the top 3 because of my card. And I say that like my card's like awful.
I've thought about finding a place with roommates, but I haven't really landed on anything yet. Maybe I'll look into it when I get back. Oh yeah? So what do you do for a living? Programmatic ads, sell crafts on Etsy, first year associate with law firm, a streamer, a student, a teacher, a service industry, I'd rather not say.
Yeah, it's a good card.
I'm a streamer. Oh no way, a fellow content creator. That's awesome, I knew we had a lot in common, Gus. What sort of streams do you do? I play video games, I do art, teach people how to cook, I play music, I mostly just talk to people. I mostly stream video games. That's cool, I'll have to check out your channel sometime this week. How do you like it? I wouldn't trade it for the world. Most people I meet tend to raise their eyebrows when I tell them what I do, but I love it. Might not be much, but it makes me feel like I'm taking control of my own destiny. Believe me, I can relate. I don't think I'd give up what I do for anything. A crisp breeze passes over you. What about you? What's your living situation? Gretchen and I live in a little house just outside town. It's actually the house I grew up in, so it has a lot of pleasant memories attached to it. And I'm glad I could keep it in the family. My great-great-grandfather built that house, and he must have done a great job because it's just as sturdy as it's ever been. Do you live there alone? Yeah. The place used to belong to my parents, but they're not around anymore. And Holler's a small enough place that the other folks don't need roommates. Jeez, I'm sorry. It's okay. You didn't know. But I've done my mourning. You don't have to watch your tongue around me or anything. Life goes on. Spoke members of the Dead Mom Club. No, we're not doing that line again. What were they like? Did you get along? They were amazing. Two of the nicest people you'd ever meet, and interesting too. My dad was a bit of a regional legend among hunters and trappers. He was always out in the woods on the trail of something, and we certainly had some interesting dinners because of him. He had to learn how to fend for himself, you see, since his family didn't have much growing up. So he learned how to hunt and trap and got damn good at it. He always made sure I had food and that I knew how to get it if I ever found myself too far from a grocery store. I could make us pretty good salad with just what's in this clearing, if I had to, though it wouldn't exactly taste great. As for my mom, she was a saint. She was the local vet, the lady all the farms in the county knew to call if their animals were in need of something. She was smart as a whip and strong to boot. Turns out pulling calves out of 1,600-pound cows all day is a great way to build muscle. She was gentle, too. Even the smallest mouse would get the proper care in her hands. I'm sure most of the reason Gretchen here is one of the oldest dogs. I'm sure she's most of the reason Gretchen here is one of the oldest dogs I've ever met. So yeah, those were my parents. My mom died pretty recently, so I get it. It's alright if you ever need to talk about things. Thanks, Gus. It's very sweet of you. How are you holding up? Hanging in there, terribly to be honest. I was glad to see her go. I don't feel much about it. I'd rather not talk about it.
Hey.
Okay, hanging in there. It was a long time coming, so it wasn't a surprise. I'd kind of come to terms with it by the time it actually happened, and it's not all bad. She doesn't have to be in pain anymore. That's a relief. The hospital bills are another story, though. Yeesh. I can't even imagine how bad that must be. Just salt in the wound at that point. Whoa. Stella immediately packs her bag and slings it over her shoulder. That was not a sound meant for human ears. Jesus Christ. Skake. More dear, please tell me that was a raccoon.
How are we ever going to find
Or something, yeah. Whatever made that sound, I've never heard anything like it. And it's close. Here, hold Gretchen's leash for me, and let's check this out. You and Stella inch toward the tree line. as she shines her
Yeah,
flashlight
but,
into the woods.
The game's
As you
changed
approach,
so
a series
much
of weak
since
clucks
then. Like,
call out
I
from a
don't
nearby
think-
bush. Maybe Duke's birds weren't eaten after all.
Okay.
What the hell was that? Hold on, I gotta play that back. Holy shit. Guessing it must be maybe 2-3 feet tall. Doesn't look hairy either, so I think it's a little out skunky. Whatever it is, it has one of Duke's chickens. Looks like it's headed north. Let's go after it.
Right.
Do we have to? Right behind you, I'm brave! You follow Stella as she sprints into the unknown, Gretchen excitedly pulling you along by her leash. Oof! Scott, you were out here, tripped in here. I thought you were a hardened mountain girl. You okay? Yeah, I'm alright. Just tripped on something weird. Oh no, that poor thing. It must have been one of Duke's. Gonna talk about the tumor? Oh Jesus, it's still alive. You move towards Stella to get a closer look at the chicken. Don't let Gretchen too close. She'll try and take a bite if you don't stop her. You hold Gretchen's leash close to your chest. She seems nervous, squirming slightly against her harness. Good God. At first she thought it might have been a tumor, but this is something else. The skin is stretched taut, the growth pulsing beneath.
We might not even pass the first round. That's happened a lot.
Poor little chicken eyes looked up at you, glazed over but still rolling around in their sockets with unfortunate life.
Okay,
Looks
yeah,
like
let's wait until after
this is what Stella slipped on. The wing is barely still attached, but that seems to be the least of the chicken's concerns. Having investigated to your heart's content, you turn away to give Stella room to film. Seems we found one of Duke's chickens, folks, and she's not looking good. I'm hesitant to speculate, but she seems to have some sort of growth under her skin. Could be a tumor, could be something else. Either way, I don't think there's much can be done at this point for her. Jeez, I'm gonna put up some massive content warnings for this video. Hey, do you hear that?
I can't remember how many teams are there?
What in Sam Hill are you two doing out here? Didn't I tell you to... Birdie? Oh, Birdie, what's wrong, darling? Good God. Did y'all see what this did to her? I had a glimpse of something earlier. And we chased after it. It brought us here. Whatever did this to her, I think we can hear them in the trees. Put that camera away, for God's sakes, girl. I don't want to be another one of your videos. No one needs to see me like this. No one needs to see Birdie like this. You wouldn't put her online, would you? Not when she's like this, all swollen and hurting. Duke, did you hear me? I think they're coming closer. Come out, you sons of bitches. Duke, don't shoot them. I have no idea what will happen. Hear that, Stella? That ain't the sound of something peace-like. Whatever these things are, they'll pay for what they did to my girls. Come on, you. Whatever your name is, grab that flashlight and help me line up a good shot. As the creatures in the tree line grow louder and more numerous, Gretchen violently strains against her harness. Oh.
Really? I don't mean that as an insult.
You dive forward and scoop Gretchen into your arms. Just before she manages to wriggle out of her harness, your eyes fixate on the dark tree line over Duke's shoulder. God damn it! You hear her body hit the ground, and then quiet as the chaos fades, and the sounds of nature creep back in. Gretchen, Gus, Duke, are you alright? Whoa, is me a postmodern Cassandra? Yeah, just I'm not dead, just a little shaken up. You alright? Yeah. I'm okay. You? I'm okay. Gretchen whines and shakes in your arms. Gretchen, here, I'll take her, my poor little pup. Thanks for watching out for her. Duke, are you okay?
I thought for sure that Montreal had been
Oh my god, Duke, holy shit. What do we do now? What the hell are we supposed to do? To go after those things? Nah, that's not a good idea. Just go home. Dude, we got police. What do you mean, what do we do? We gotta take this to police. A man's dead. You're right, and we have footage of what happened here. But it's so dark and shaky, it all just seems so unbelievable. We need more footage. Come on, let's go after them before we lose our chance. Are you nuts? A man is dead, Stella. Yeah, you're right. Let's head back and call the police. My phone should get reception once we're back at the main road. Ugh. As you and Stella quickly make your way back through the woods, the unearthly whispers of creatures unknown once again surround you. Stella. I know, we just have to keep pushing forward. We're almost there. As you and Stella reach the main road, the whispers fade back into the sounds of nature. It sounds like they've stopped following us. I should get reception now that we're back on the main road. Let me find my phone so I can call the sheriff. You feel a buzz in your pocket. Uh-oh. 6 missed calls from Tabitha. Where the hell did you go? Where are you? And 13 text messages. Text her that she needs to calm down. Yikes, Tabitha's blowing my phone. I don't think Tabitha would be so needy. Uh-oh, I think I'm in trouble. It's nothing important. Keep it to yourself. You text Tabitha back and let her know you're okay. Your message sits unread. Uh-oh, I think I'm in trouble. That's a lot of texts and missed calls from you-know-who. Maybe Tabby's just worried about you. But, first things first, let's call the police. Stella pulls out her phone and dials. Hello, Earl. It's Stella Richmond. I'm up on the mountain of the, Asgina Trail. Duke is dead, Earl. Shotgun. It happened right in front of us. There's something in the woods. You gotta hurry. Okay, yeah. Are they really gone? Yeah, I think we're okay, but hurry. Jesus, Earl, who's gonna tell Bo? I guess now we wait. It takes a little while, but eventually a patrol car arrives on the scene. Out of it walks 2 officers, Sheriff Hugby, a friendly older man, and Deputy Franklin, a serious man wearing sunglasses despite it being the middle of the night.
I really
See, right there. The thing jumps out of the woods, and then the shotgun goes off. What, in Sam Hill? What is that, some kind of Pillsbury Doughboy? Could have been a naked maniac. No, there was more than one. They chased us through the woods, whatever they are. They aren't human, and they killed Duke. Uh-huh. Now we're gonna have to confiscate this camera, Miss Richmond. If you don't mind, this is evidence. But okay. Let me just turn it off to save the battery. Here you go, Deputy Franklin. We appreciate your compliance with the law. We'll get a team out in the morning to retrieve the body, but for now, Sheriff Hugby and I, please call me Earl. Earl and I will escort you, and who are you exactly? That's Gus. She came into town for the funeral. Gus, as in Tabitha's cousin, yeah. Damn. Didn't think you'd actually show. We'll escort you both into town. There's a naked maniac on the loose. It's best you don't walk back on your own. It wasn't a... Never mind. Why aren't you going out there tonight? There's a dead body in the woods. Those things could attack someone else. Well, it ain't exactly like old Duke is going anywhere at this point. He'll still be out there in the morning. We only have a skeleton crew at the moment. Monday nights are Deputy Derrickson's bowling night. We'll be on alert for any more reports of naked maniacs, but retrieving Duke will have to wait. Jesus, will you kindly step into the vehicle? We can return you safely to your home. Do we have to ride back with you? Can't we just walk? Those creatures left. We'll be fine. Afraid I'm going to have to insist. For your own safety. Stella size. Okay. Thank you. You can ride up front with me, little lady. That is, if your mama permits. Sure, Earl, you can hold Gretchen on the way back to town. Jesus. You two stay out of trouble. We'll have all this sorted out in the morning. Just get a good night's sleep. And you, whatever your name was. Fox Mulder. Sure. You're in town for the funeral? Good. Don't you go leaving before then. I imagine we'll need to ask you a few questions about everything you've seen tonight. Stella, keep an eye on her for us. Make sure she doesn't get in any more trouble. Y'all have a good night now. Bye-bye, Gretchen. Y'all have a lovely evening. If any bugbears give you trouble, you know how to get in touch. And here you are, back in town, away from the woods with no one but Stella in sight. Holy shit.
Alright.
I hope you don't mind me asking, but why on earth did you ask them if we could walk back? It's a fair question. I've just had some bad experiences with cars. I don't know how to drive them, and I don't like getting into them unless it's literally a question of life or death, which I guess tonight was. Sorry if I weirded you out. God, what a night. You sure seemed a little blasé about a man's death. I can't believe they're waiting until morning to even start looking for him. Who knows what those things are doing to his body right now. Worse, I think they implied you're a suspect, even after we showed them all the footage. The truth will get out. Even if they don't believe that footage, those things are out there in the woods and something's telling me they're not going away. Yeah, no kidding. But it's okay. I'm not going to let anything bad happen to you. I was there. I filmed the whole thing, and at the very least, it'll never hold up in court. And I won't get to that point either, because we're going to do a little investigating of our own. We've got to find out more about these things. We can get clearer footage, or better yet, track one of them. There's no way they can blame you for what happened. Oh gosh. I'm so sorry. The library doesn't open for a while, but I've read every book on cryptids they have and never came across anything like this. There is someone in town who might have some useful information. Her place isn't far. We should head over now before it gets any later. Should I check on Tabitha? I feel like she's probably fine. Nah. Let's do it. Awesome. Let's go. I hope she's still awake. Gus? Jesus. You and Stella turned to see a shadowy figure staring at you from across the road. You didn't hear it approach. Welcome home. Whoever this is, its presence has chilled you to your soul. Before you can respond, the door behind you swings open. An older woman stands in the entryway. Go home, Wayne. I can't help you tonight. You look back and the figure is already gone. Disappeared into the shadows of the night. Sorry about that, Stella. Some people just can't be helped. What brings you out here so late? And who is this? Hi, Mrs. Forsythe. This is Gus. Is it okay if we come in? You and Mrs. Forsythe briefly lock eyes, so blinding and overpowering is her aura that just looking at her feels like staring directly into the sun. Her gaze pierces entirely through you, and in that moment, you feel wholly known. And the moment passes, and you see only the woman before you. Of course, you're in luck. I just put her in water for hibiscus tea. For goodness sake, you can call me Sybil. Sybil, you're an adult now, after all. Welcome to my little nook.
There's like five
Text.
scenes that have a 50% chance of being the top.
It's nice to finally meet you, Gus. It's nice to meet you. To finally meet you, Gus. I'm so sorry to hear about your mother. Vivian was such a lovely soul, and she's been sorely missed in the holler. And now poor Pearl Ann is gone as well. Do let me know if there's anything you need while you're in town. Boiled peanuts. You knew my mom? Of course, dear. She was a good friend of mine for many years. She was such a lovely woman. You should come by sometime. I can delight you with unsavory tales of her youth. Boiled peanuts. Oh my, thank you for the kind offer, dear, but I'm afraid it's far too late for you to have something so salty. Who was that outside? Sorry, I'm gonna let you guys read them for a bit. I'll pause. We need your help. Ah, yes. I suppose pleasantries can wait for another time. What's got you here so late? You seem troubled. You know about weird stuff, right? Unexplainable stuff? I'm not sure I follow, dear. I know which oils to use for which aches. I know a bit about classical spiritualism. Just what sort of unexplainable things are you talking about? Duke was killed tonight by something in the woods. Oh, my lord. Did you contact the police? Yes, and they didn't take it very seriously. They're not even looking for his body until tomorrow. Those things out there, I don't even know how to describe them. I can't say I know much about local wildlife. My daughter has always had a brighter gift for nature than I. This wasn't local wildlife, Mrs. Forsyth. Here, I can show you. Stella pulls a memory card from her sleeve and pops it into her phone. I was about to just let the police hold on to this, at least not before we had a chance to make a copy. Smooth. Smooth. Cops wouldn't know what to do with that footage anyway. Imagine if they accidentally erased it. Exactly. I'll give it to them if they ask again, but for now we can examine the footage for ourselves. Where was this? Up the mountain to the northwest. Within the town limits? Yes. I see. Is there a way to make the video bigger? Any louder if you can? And louder if you can? I need to plug the memory card into my computer. I could go back and get mine. No need. Kanika should still be awake. She can lend us hers. You'd better come with us, Stella. I'm sure she'll be more than willing to help a friend than her nosy mother. Kanika, come on out. We could use a little help. What, Mom? Oh. Hey, Stella. And Gretchen. Who's a good potato? And a stranger. A cute stranger. Thank you. Boiled peanuts. Did you just call me cute? No, you must have misheard. You must be Tabitha's cousin. Yep. Sweetie, we were wondering if we could borrow your laptop. Stella and her friend have a video to show us. It's really important, Kanika. Okay. My room's a mess. I'll just bring it out there. It's just lovely. Heads up, Kanika. This is graphic. Duke got killed out in the woods tonight. It's on the recording. What, are you serious? Duke's dead? We can watch this without you. You know I have a harder stomach than any of our friends. I'm pressing play. Silence washes over the room as the video plays. Stella, what the hell is this? Oh, look how beautiful. Oh, a Sailor Moon shirt. I'm sorry either of you had to see this, but Gus and I have no idea how to make heads or tails of it. Stella, are you okay? Did you get hurt? I'm fine. Really, I'm okay. Poor Duke. Poor Bo. Has anyone told him yet? We talked to the police. I hope they told Bo, but Earl and Deputy Franklin didn't seem to be too much of a hurry to do anything. I'll call them later tonight. But for now, we have something far more serious to discuss. Whatever happened in the woods, we weren't supposed to see any of that. You're not wrong. These things, my grandmother called them ditchlings. They're a terrible omen. a sign of great suffering and destruction to come. Mom, come on. Whatever's doing this is serious. Stop scaring Stella and Gus with this Telipo crap. The man just died. Have some respect. Kanika, sweetie, let your mother talk. The creatures themselves are harmless to people despite that grisly scene in the woods. How can you say that? Duke is dead. An unfortunate accident, and nothing more. Just as birds flock before a storm, the ditchlings congregate where tragedy is soon to fall. To see one is to be cursed by fate. Jesus, Mom, they clearly have had a rough night. They don't need this. It's okay, Kanika. This is helpful. Stella, whatever these things are, they aren't magic. We can't rule that out. Not after what we saw. But fine. Let's focus on what we know. Whatever they are, they're doing something to these animals. You saw the chicken in our video. What was that growth? Maybe the ditchlings were here for Duke, like some sort of self-fulfilling prophecy? Unfortunately, no. Their presence forewarns of something far more sinister than one man's death. Stop speculating about this occult nonsense. Let's focus on what we know. Right, what are those growths? Maybe they're making more of themselves. Yeah, maybe what we're seeing is some sort of parasitic larval stage, part of their life cycle. But I don't want to jump to any conclusions about something this out there, not without doing some research or talking to a biologist. I'm sure there's a rational explanation that'll clear all of this up. Oh dear, I'd forgotten entirely about the tea I put on. Let me fix you a couple cups. It'll help soothe your nerves. I don't know, it's getting late and I should let Gus get some rest. I ran a ragged today with all the hiking and running through the woods in terror. I can stay out. I'm still wired from everything that happened. Okay. Maybe it's that I'm eager to get home and start doing some research. I'll ask around on my usual forums to see if anyone has information on ditchlings. Is that what you called them? That's right. You go on home now and try and get some rest. Don't stay up all night on the online. Let me get you some of my house-made peppermint tea to go. It really does wonders to soothe the soul. Bye, Stella. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? And call me if you need to talk. Thanks, Kanika. I'll see you. Bye, Gus. It's excellent, iced or warmed, though with the nights getting chillier, warm will probably be best. Helps wake up the bones. Be careful out there, both of you. Sybil turns and closes the door behind her. Alrighty, let's head back home. My home, I mean. And here we are. You're welcome to stay the night if you want. I don't know. Thanks for the effort. I'm terrified of being alone tonight. Yeah, no kidding. I can't say I was looking forward to it myself. Slumber party achievement! Doesn't take long for Stella to fix up the guest room for you. While it's certainly smaller than its counterpart at the estate, it's far better cared for. Make yourself at home. You know you didn't have to do all this, right? You don't have to worry about it. I'm glad the guest room is finally getting some use. What do you make of all this? Gosh, I don't even know where to begin. Those creatures are out there and Duke is dead. I know that some of the things Sybil said were a little wild, but if she is right and they are an omen, maybe we can change things and stop whatever's brought them here before it happens. I don't know what to think yet. That's fair. We'll have to see what tomorrow's research turns up. Who was that guy outside of Sybil's? There was something about his presence that chilled me to my soul. Wayne? I haven't really gotten to know the guy. I think he works in the mine. Might be worth looking into him. Collapse on your bed. Get some rest, Gus. I'll see you in the morning. As you settle into your room, the thought of Tabitha crosses your mind. You pull out your phone and call. It rings for a moment before she picks up. Where the hell have you been? So you used to go by Tabby, huh? Ah, so you met Stella then. And she's gotten you all worked up. Ugh, that explains everything. I'm going to bed. I'll collect you tomorrow. Lovely. From the comfort of Stella's guest bed, the events of the past evening seem like something that happened to someone else, though you can still clearly picture the terror you felt in those moments. For now, you're safe and you're warm. Eventually the sun will rise and chase away the monsters and make them seem like nothing but bad dreams. Maybe tomorrow, if you're lucky, you'll wake up in the normal world and have a relaxing week in the mountains with a new friend. It's a nice thought, but deep down you can't help but worry that things will only get worse. From behind closed doors, you can faintly hear the sound of quiet sobs. I think we finished the first chapter. Anyone else longing for a calm, quiet living? That little yeah, it's one of my favorite horror sounds. Scarlet Hollow. Episode 1 is done! In this world state, in episode 2, please save your game now. Saving. Okay. Tell you what, we're gonna go ahead and end this episode here, because we've been streaming or recording for an hour and a half. What do you think? I'm very excited. Now I can finally see. I have an idea of what's going on, because I'd only played like the first part of that chapter, and ooh, it's got some spooks in it. Got a couple of like spiritual things happening, and we've got some mystery afoot, and some weird cops who like don't seem to give a shit about anything. I'm excited. I hope you guys like this. It's a good time. Let me know what you think so far. Like, subscribe, or just leave a positive comment. It all helps. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.